Paul's the first one in the chat. How you doing this morning, Paul? Hopefully you're having a great start to your weekend. We'll get rolling a couple cycles through my intro here and go through a little introduction. Then at 10:30 we will get into our content at hand. I'm just going to go over and review some of my cards in my Hall of Fame BC. Just going to go through, this is commonly what I call my my doubles, triples, and quads. That means 2, 3, or 4 Hall of Famers on one baseball card. So I'll be going through and highlighting some of those cards that I have in my collection, getting ready to head out for a lunch soon, but I'll leave the sun, and then also found my wife's YouTube to running some of the 10-hour videos today. What? Thank you there, Paul. Appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Leave this on not leaving sun. All right. That's fine, Paul. I understand. Yeah, it's lunchtime for some people. I believe you're in the Midwest there somewhere. If I remember right, you're probably closer to lunchtime for you. It's almost 10:30 here. Gonna finish this cycle here. Go into just a little preview here of what I'm going to do in about 2.5 minutes. Oops, don't want my phone to pop out. We'll be going through this stack of cards right here just for an intro to this series. And then starting next week, we will be starting out with the first player in the Hall of Fame list alphabetically from A through Y. Since we don't really go through A through Z, starting with A's and ending with I eventually sometime down the road. I could use some players. I got stage 4 kidney failure. If anyone could send me some baseball cards to cheer me up. All right there, Aaron. We can work on that as a community, that's for sure. Stage 4 kidney failure. That's not good. Are you on dialysis there? Aaron? Just kind of curious there. 1420 North Monroe Street, Fremont, Nebraska 68025. Found this Ichiro and Kikuchi card for you both on the same card. That says the succession on top. Ichiro and Kikuchi. That is cool. All right. So we do have about 1 minute here, and then we will get into the content at hand for today. Just kind of getting things lined up here. For our 10:30 start. And then I'll get into highlighting these cards here. All right. So, to show I'm live, let me get things set up with my secondary so I can keep an eye on the chat here. All right, that is set. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up in the stream, guys. Thumbs up if you get a chance. Appreciate that. And then it is 10:30, so I'm going to get the content at hand rolling. And we will get into this live stream for today. Today probably will not be a very long live stream. but just wanted to get some content up and get a video produced. So let me just make a note real quick here for Aaron Kinski here. So I don't forget, otherwise I will. So sorry for the delay, guys. Just jotting down something from the chat so I don't forget. And Aaron, I will add you to my prayer list. All right. There we go. Thanks, Paul, for asking him that question. Yeah, what players or team do you PC there, Aaron? Just so we have an idea when if we put something together to send you a little care package, care/prayer package. All right, the Phillies. Okay. All right. There we go. Paul's going to send you a few cards. I'll send you out a care package. Hopefully we can get word out to our community here to help brighten your spirits and give you some positive outlook there. Any chance of a kidney transplant there or anything? Just keep us posted on your progress there. We definitely will keep you in our prayers there, Aaron. Okay? All right, so without further ado, I am going to get into going through these cards one by one. I'll be starting off with the doubles. Probably just so you guys know, it's not a whole big stack of cards. Most of them are doubles. I do have some triples and some quads in here. So I'll just kind of lay the stack here, and yes, they are the back of the card face up. That's the way I kind of do when I do my final sorts for a specific area of cards. So that's pretty much what I do there. And so we'll just start off with card number 2 here from this year's set. This is I think this is an Upper Deck product from what I remember. Yeah. Okay, and the start off card here is Tony Gwynn and Edgar Martinez, stat leaders for the National and American League. This is an Upper Deck silver signature card. Okay, and it does have the two players on there, Seattle Mariners Edgar Martinez and the San Diego Padres Tony Gwynn, featured on the card here. Yes, I go for testing in February for a kidney transplant. Okay, that is good. So keep us posted there, Aaron, on how you'll be progressing through that whole process. Okay. All right. So that is our collector's choice stat leaders for average 356, 368, Edgar Martinez and Tony Gwynn. Silver signature card. All right, so as I do each one, I'll just turn them over here. Next, we have an Orioles team checklist. All right, and we have on this card 2 Hall of Famers are Eddie Murray and Jim Palmer for the Baltimore Orioles, 1982 Topps. Okay, so just this is how I classify a double Hall of Famer card, because there's both players on the card are both Hall of Famers. Of course, when this original 82 card was created, that was early on in their careers, little and none unbeknownst to them that they were going to make it into the Hall of Fame back in the day. But thanks for Topps for putting both these 2 Hall of Famers on the same baseball card. All right, next we have up to bat is Joe DiMaggio and Ted Williams. This is what they called a Upper Deck rival card back in the day, and it was from 2004 Upper Deck. So this was a rival card back in the day, Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio, with Upper Deck, Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. They were definitely rival baseball teams. They had rivalries, not too awful far, so sometimes you would get Boston fans at the Yankees games and vice versa. You'd get Yankee fans at the Boston games. So that created a little bit of a rivalry there. My mom was up to stage 3, but she was 82. Okay. All right. So there we have, again, rivals Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio in that double card there. The next double card actually has 3 players on it, but 2 of the 3 made it into the Hall of Fame. And that's why I call this a double card, because not all 3 players featured on the card are Hall of Famers, but Paul Molitor and Robin Yount were both made it to the Hall of Fame from this card. At this time, they were Brewers. They were Milwaukee Brewers. There's where they sometimes get the label for the Brew Crew. All right. I've heard other people talk about it. I've mentioned the Brew Crew and some of my references to the Milwaukee Brewers. So that is this double card here, Robin Yount and Paul Molitor, teammates. Of course, in this one here was Pat Listach, which he did not make it into the Hall of Fame, but Paul Molitor and Robin Yount both did. Listach in the middle there, he did not make it to the Hall of Fame. Okay, that is card number 43. Then next we have Baltimore Oriole team leaders, card number 51, which of course that's Eddie Murray and Cal Ripken Jr. Orioles leaders here. All right. So that is these 2 cards in this, let's see, is this 1988 Topps baseball card? 1988 Topps baseball card. It was card number 51. Okay. Next we have card number 160 from Topps 1995. And this card features Ken Griffey Jr. and Tony Gwynn. Ken Griffey Jr. and Tony Gwynn on this card here. I think that's a pretty sharp looking card from the All-Star game that year. Gwynn and Griffey. All right, with the Seattle Mariners and the San Diego Padres. Shout out to Kevin's Card Collecting. All right, so that is the double for this card here in my collection. Then moving on to card number 168 for the 1981 Top Relievers for Topps. The two players on this 1981 Topps is Bruce Sutter and Rollie Fingers. Bruce Sutter and Rollie Fingers on this 81 Topps. You can see Rollie Fingers, of course, with his nice little handlebar mustache. And Bruce Sutter had quite the hairdo going on there, with quite the beard back in the day. But that gives you the National League and American League statistics there on the back of that card for top relievers for 1981. Next, we have card number 183. This has two Hall of Famers on there, of course. Cal Ripken Jr. and Roberto Alomar, both playing for the Baltimore Orioles. Field of Vision card. All right. It's primarily a Cal Ripken Jr. card, but does feature Roberto Alomar on there with him. That's why I classify this as a double card. Double Hall of Famer. All right. All right, next up to bat is card number 205, which features, of course, on this particular checklist here is an Edgar Martinez on one side and Tony Gwynn on the other side. All right, so that's why this one is a double, slightly different type of double. It is a checklist card for Gold Leaf Stars, MVP contenders, and yes, this cold just does not want to leave me. It's hanging on for dear life to see how long it can last in my system. I'm supposed to go out of town this next Monday and Tuesday. Hopefully I get better the next day or two here. So Edgar Martinez on the one side of the checklist and Tony Gwynn on the other side of the checklist. All right, this is considered an insert card, but it has Gold Leaf Stars, MVP contenders, total bases, hobby only. All right, and then statistical standouts, hobby only checklists. All right, so that is that double. The next one up to bat is the Idols. Card number 282, Pinnacle product from 1992, which has on it George Brett and Wade Boggs. George Brett with the Kansas City Royals and Wade Boggs with the Boston Red Sox. So there we have the Idols card here. Kind of shows the larger picture there with the Kansas City player, George Brett, and then the smaller insert player there, the color photo of Wade Boggs. And that is the Idol card from Pinnacle 1992 for that double card. Mostly, like I said, mostly it's doubles. I have a few triples and I think one or two quads. But down the road, I'm sure I will continue to get more Hall of Famer cards that will be added to my collection. But this is a Stat Leaders Checklist Victory from, let's see, this is a Collector's Choice, I think. No, it's a Victory product. That's right. This one's Victory. It says right Victory on the back there. But this one has Chipper Jones and Tom Glavine on the card. Chipper Jones with his .311 average and Tom Glavine with his 21 wins that year. So Chipper Jones and Tom Glavine both with the Atlanta Braves. And that is a Victory card. Okay. Next up to bat is card number 321, Chicago White Sox Team Leaders. There we go. Chicago White Sox Team Leaders. And I'm pretty sure on this one, I'm trying to remember. The two, I don't think it's Ivan Calderon. No. It's Ozzie Guillen. No, not Ozzie Guillen. Definitely didn't do the research on this one before I decided to share it. Let's see, is it Bannister, DeLeon? Now I'm trying to remember who the two. Let's see, Greg Walker. Wow, now I got myself confused on this one. Was it Saves with Bobby Thigpen? No, it's not Thigpen. I got my list over here. Hold on a second, Dirty. I will tell you who those two players are on the card, unless somebody in the background kind of knows for sure. How did this one get into DeLeon? Bannister, Dotson, Long. I think this one got mixed into the wrong bucket. The wrong separation. You know what? What is this? 88 Tops. Card number 321. Let me check real quick. Now I'm confused. Why I had this one here. Let's see. Let's go with this 86 Tops. No, 88 Tops, right? 1988 Tops. $321. We'll get to the bottom of it here real quick. Let's see, 1988 Tops. Okay. Let's open this up and get down to, let's see. Oh, I was close. Not that page, the next page. Okay. No, hold on. That is not right there. 1988 Topps card number 321. I'm looking at the wrong number. Oh, there we go. They don't even list them on the back of the card here. That's Harold Baines and Carlton Fisk. There we go. Harold Baines and Carlton Fisk with the White Sox. That's why I was confused there. They don't even list them on the back of the card here, but they got them on the picture there. So I did have it in the right separation there. They both are Hall of Famers, that's for sure. Harold Baines and Carlton Fisk. So that's why I had them in the separation. I knew there was a reason. That's where the trading database comes in handy. All right, this is our archive card from the 1953 set. This is when they, these are reprints. These are what the original cards did look like, but this is Dizzy Dean and Al Simmons, both Hall of Famers. Right, Dizzy Dean and Al Simmons was card number 326 from the 1953 series, and it's called the series The Cards That Never Were. Okay, so that gives you the background on that card there. Card number 355, Ivan Rodriguez and Kirby Puckett. Ivan Rodriguez and Kirby Puckett. There we go. Probably help if I showed these a little bit closer so you could see them when I'm highlighting them. So Ivan Rodriguez and Kirby Puckett. All right. Our next double is card number 450, which was the Chase Program checklist. Okay. You can probably figure out who the 2 Hall of Famers on this 4-player card is here. Ken Griffey Jr. and Frank Thomas. Ken Griffey Jr. and Frank Thomas. All right. So there we go. The Chase Program 1995 checklist. Next up to bat here is Ken Griffey Jr. again with Mike Piazza. Interleague preview. Card Topps card number 479. All right, there we go. Ken Griffey Jr. and Mike Piazza. Got that one in the top loader upside down. Not the top loader, but the penny sleeve. So there we go. Mike Piazza and Ken Griffey Jr. in that one. The next one up is card number 555, which has Nolan Ryan and Goose Gossage. When they both got, when Ryan got win number 308 and Gossage got save number 308 on July 23rd, 1991. That is pretty cool. That Gossage got his 308 save the same day when Nolan Ryan got his 308th win. That's a neat little milestone type tribute card there for that. All right, next up on the docket here is Dave Winfield and Reggie Jackson, 1982 Donruss. The Bronx Bombers. There we go. Again, Dave Winfield and Reggie Jackson. The 2 Bronx Bomber pinstripers there on one card. Hey Don, there's 3 Hall of Famers on that checklist. On the checklist? Oh, dun dun dun. On this one here? Is that the one you're talking about, Frank? Let's see. I know I've got Ken Griffey Jr. and Frank Thomas for sure. Who else we got on there, Frank? Oh, that one had 4. Oh, is that Piazza up there? Is that Piazza up there in the upper left corner? Piazza. Oh, okay. And then okay, Piazza in the upper left. So, okay, this would be a triple then. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's supposed to be on the bottom of the stack there. Here, I've been previewing it the whole time. Huh? That's okay. So, let me see here. Who's this in the bottom right then? So that's fine. I can move this then with the triples if that is Piazza. Let me double check it. I should be able to find out real quick. Might as well do it while we're here. This is 90 Pinnacle 95. Let me see. PINNACLE 1995. Let me just check real quick here. Pinnacle 95. Card number 450. Let me go here and see. Oh, maybe this one. Oh wow, this is a quad. So the other this is Jeff Bagwell. This is Jeff Bagwell here. So it is Piazza, Griffey, Thomas, and Bagwell. All right. So yeah, Bagwell is a Hall of Famer. So this is a quad card. All right, I need to add this down to the bottom of my stack here with my quads. Hold on a second. Yep, a quad, and a quad. So that's 9. Special number. There we go. Nice to know there. Goes with the quads. And then this one goes with the 5-banger. Okay. Thank you, Frank, for pointing that out to me. Yep. So we will preview that again when we get to that grouping. That was nice to catch that one. So Dave Winfield and Reggie Jackson here. That's the Pinstripers, the Bronx Bombers. Then next we have Johnny Bench and Tom Seaver. Same set as that last one. We get this one turned up the right way in the top loader, or the penny sleeve. Pride of the Reds. That's Johnny Bench and Tom Seaver there on that card. All right, National League batting champs. Tony Gwynn and Tim Raines. Tony Gwynn and Tim Raines. On that one. All right, next we have up is Boggs and Brett. Right? Boggs and Brett. All right, so Wade Boggs and George Brett. Super special stars. Card number 634 from Fleer 1986 product. Boggs and Brett. Okay. Then next we move on to card number 638, All-Star Catchers. Carlton Fisk and Gary Carter. All right. Super special star card. Fisk and Carter, Hall of Famers. Next on the docket, card number 646, Yankee Powerhouse, Reggie Jackson and Dave Winfield. Some more pinstripers there, Reggie Jackson and Dave Winfield. Sitting in the dugout, enjoying the day at the ball game. All right, here we got card number 707, Superstar Specials. Designated hitters, Wade Boggs and Harold Baines. Here we go. Harold Baines and Wade Boggs. All right. Another cool card there. I like Fleer 92. Definitely had some color and a little bit of pop into it. Next, card number 713, Chicago 100 Club, Ryan Sandberg and Andre Dawson. That's the nice, don't want these to blind you. Put a whole bunch of yellow on the screen there. Ryan Sandberg and Andre Dawson. Ryan Sandberg and Andre Dawson. The Chicago 100 Club. Although Ryan Sandberg is an infielder and Andre Dawson is an outfielder, the two Cubs shared one thing in common in 1990, and that was driving in runs. Sandberg and Dawson each drove in exactly 100 runs in 1990, the first club duo to achieve that distinction in 20 years. So Sandberg and Dawson, 100 Runs Club. Nice cool card there. Next up in the lineup, card number 725 from 1991 Upper Deck. Who do we got here, guys? Says the bleacher bums of Chicago's Wrigley Field have more this season since Cubs signing former Blue Jay George Bell. The addition of the 87 American League Most Valuable Player to the devastating lineup that already includes 1987 National League MVP Andre Dawson and Ryan Sandberg. All right, so there we have it. Got those two great Hall of Famers there. All right. Then next we have from the Sporting News Conlon collection a few cards. Two cards. This one here features Nolan Ryan and Ted Loynes. Nolan Ryan and Ted Loynes. All right, kind of tying in the newer and older era. All right, on these two cards, Nolan Ryan and Ted Loynes. And then that was card number 935. Actually, I got these backwards, but not that it's a big deal. Nolan Ryan and Walter Johnson. Nolan Ryan and Walter Johnson. All right. Shows them both together. The big train meets the Ryan Express. The big train meets the Ryan Express. Nolan Ryan and Walter Johnson sitting in the dugout there. Cool picture there for those two. And some otter type double. Got to bring my water up. These are actually sticker cards, in case you're wondering. Or mini cards. These were mini cards. These ones weren't just stickers. They're actually separated by a perforation here. I kind of kept them together the way they came out of the packs. This is Eddie Murray and Reggie Jackson. Eddie Murray and Reggie Jackson on these small mini cards here. Got a couple of them, I think 5 altogether. Next one here is Mike Schmidt and Ricky Henderson. So we got Ricky Henderson and Mike Schmidt here. Mike Schmidt of the Philadelphia Phillies and Ricky Henderson, New York Yankees. Next up to bat here, we got Cal Ripken Jr. and Gary Carter. Cal Ripken Jr. and Gary Carter. There we go. Baltimore Orioles. And the New York Mets with Gary Carter. All right. Then next up to bat in these double mini cards, Jim Rice and Dave Winfield. Jim Rice and Dave Winfield. Dave Winfield of the New York Yankees and Jim Rice with the Boston Red Sox. All right. Heading out for a chicken spinach wrap. All right. Then this one here is Jack Morris and George Brett. Jack Morris and George Brett. All right. Now the next group of cards are still doubles falling in this, but these are some insert cards. All right. This one here is 11 of 20 with Chipper Jones and Greg Maddux. Double trouble. Chipper Jones and Greg Maddux, both with the Atlanta Braves. Double trouble. Ultra Fleer 97 baseball cards. Next one up is a insert card, numbered B, which has Carl Yastrzemski and Johnny Bench on the front of the card. Living Legends, Carl Yastrzemski and Johnny Bench. Carl Yastrzemski and Johnny Bench. All right. Next we have some newer inserts. This is from 2016 Topps. All right. Partly tied in with the Cooperstown collection. Ted Williams and Bobby Doerr. Ted Williams and Bobby Doerr. Both Boston Red Sox players. Back to back. Ted Williams and Bobby Doerr. All right, next we have with the St. Louis Cardinals. I actually have 2 of these cards, 2 of the same card. All right, it's a B2B back-to-back, card number 9, Red Schoendienst and Stan Musial. Identical cards. There we go, back-to-back, Red Schoendienst and Stan Musial. Then next up to bat is Edgar Martinez and Ken Griffey Jr. of the Seattle Mariners. So this is my double Seattle Mariner card, Hall of Famer card, with both Edgar Martinez and Ken Griffey Jr. on the card. So that's a nice back-to-back card for my personal PC with collecting Mariners and Hall of Famers. So that's 2 Hall of Famers on the same baseball card from the same baseball team in which I PC. That was and is a nice card. Next one is kind of soon to be double Hall of Famer card. This has Cal Ripken Jr. on it and Derek Jeter. Of course, Derek Jeter is up for nomination for induction into the Hall of Fame this year in 2020. So this is it's kind of in the separation because I'm pretty sure Jeter will make it into the Hall of Fame. If not this time around, coming up, I believe this is his first year of eligibility to go into the Hall of Fame. So we'll see if he makes it first time up. Derek Jeter and Cal Ripken Jr. All right, next for the Legendary League is Johnny Bench and Ivan Rodriguez. Johnny Bench and Ivan Rodriguez. So, of course, Johnny Bench with the Cincinnati Reds and Ivan Rodriguez with the Texas Rangers. Both Hall of Famers. All right. Next up to bat, we have Mariano Rivera of the New York Yankees and Whitey Ford of the New York Yankees. So you got dueling New York Yankee pinstripers here, Mariano Rivera and Whitey Ford, eclipsing history. All right, going back in time to Whitey Ford, the old-timer, Mariano Rivera, more up-to-date baseball player, more recent, I guess you would say. All right. Here we have next is Hank Aaron with the Atlanta Braves and Stan Musial with the St. Louis Cardinals. Another eclipsing history with Hank Aaron being the older one, Stan Musial being a little bit more newer type player, but eclipsing history with Hank Aaron and Stan Musial. All right. Just got that little tickle that does not want to give up. All right, and then here we have Ricky Henderson with the Oakland Athletics and Lou Brock with the St. Louis Cardinals. Those were back in the day when they were worth that. I don't think they're worth that much right now. But nonetheless, they are still Hall of Famer insert cards. So eclipsing history with Ricky Henderson and Lou Brock. Nice color photos to put on that eclipsing history card there. All right, that ends our series of doubles. All right, as we can continue through, now we'll be moving on to some of the cards that I have in my collection that have 3 Hall of Famers on them. Okay, 3 Hall of Famers. So this one, of course, has Greg Maddux, John Schmaltz, and Tom Glavine. Steve Avery is not a Hall of Famer. All right. So Greg Maddux, John Schmaltz, and Tom Glavine. So 3 of the 4 players on the card here are Hall of Famers. And the one is just a good player. All right. And next for triples we have, I think this is the final triple. We have Ryan, Carlton, and Perry surpass Walter Johnson. All right. So Nolan Ryan, Steve Carlton, and Gaylord Perry. 1983 highlight card from the 1984 top set. My favorite set. All right. So that has those players listed there. All right. So Nolan Ryan with the Astros, Steve Carlton with the Phillies, and Gaylord Perry with the Royals. All right. So that rounds out my triple play players. And now we will move into the quads. Of course, we already did one of the quads here. But we'll highlight the other two cards that I had in this set here. Here we've got a 1963 National League Home Run Leader Archive card from 2001, which features Hank Aaron, Willie McCovey, Willie Mays, and Orlando Cepeda, all four Hall of Famers. So it just kind of highlights their card there. This is from Topps. 2001 is the archive stamp that's on there for the 2001 stamp. Okay, so let's see. Make sure I put these in the right way so when I put them back in my box here. Then, of course, this is the one that we just highlighted earlier with these four Hall of Famers on there. Let me just fix the penny sleeve here. Put it right side up the way it does. Since it does have four Hall of Famers, that gives me another card for my four Hall of Famers on a card. And this one is an insert. I think it's actually like a sticker card. I believe these four are all stickers on here. But we have Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Yogi Berra, and Reggie Jackson. All four New York Yankees on this card from, I think it was, the 2013 Cooperstown collection set that they had come out with. So that rounds out my three cards for four Hall of Famers on a card. And then this is my only card that I have that has five Hall of Famers on it. But it's slightly different, a little bit harder to see the four that are on here. The five that are on here, actually six. Hubie Brooks is on here, but Hubie Brooks is not a Hall of Famer. But George Brett is, Wade Boggs is, Tony Gwynn is, Ryan Sandberg, and Tim Raines. Right? Yes. Hubie Brooks is not... Just want to double check here. No, Hubie Brooks is not in the Hall of Fame. Just wanted to double check and verify my list to make sure. But this is a Sports Flicks card from 1986. So this is a 1986 Sports Flicks card. And I'll see if I can get the right angles here. But if for anyone that knows how the Sports Flicks cards work, they pretty much, you got to move the card and then you'll get the other. So there's actually 6 different players on these cards. So let's see, we've got, you can kind of see the 2 players there, 2 players there, and 2 players there. So depending on the direction, the way these were put together back in the day, the Sports Flicks cards. You've probably seen the ones where they have like dual players. Just look, so this has 2 players, one on the top, one on the bottom, and then the 3 different angles. So as you move it, you can see the different players that are featured on the Sports Flicks card. And these are cool cards in the day, I thought, when I was growing up in the 80s. But these are nonetheless very cool cards. I do like the style. I do remember seeing these when I was in the Navy. Thought they were cool cards. That's why I did hold on to some of these. And they were definitely different. So the best of the best, the players poll: George Brett, Wade Boggs, Tony Gwynn, Ryan Sandberg, and Tim Raines. 5 of the 6 players featured on the Big 6 card here were Hall of Famers. So that's the only card that I have 5 Hall of Famers on one card. Although it is a unique card, that makes it even more different. So that highlights my oddball cards from my Hall of Fame collection. So next Saturday, when we get into our next episode of Hall of Fame player baseball card review, 2 or more per card. We will get into Hank Aaron and start going through alphabetically. Okay, so next Saturday will be my Hank Aaron collection. I do not have a lot of Hank Aaron cards, but I do have some. I do not have many of the older cards. Some of the cards will be like in newer sets and reprints or things of that nature. But we will highlight those when we move into the next episode of this series. And then when I do have time, I am going to go through and pretty much highlight things I do have in my collection. Let me turn the camera around real quick so you can see me. I mainly just like to have it turned around when I'm doing my content so you can see the cards and go through that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, this first edition. I'm wearing my Hall of Fame hat just to kind of highlight that. I am wearing my Hall of Fame t-shirt. Since it's a Hall of Fame related type video, that's why I chose to wear this gear in honor of what we are doing and working on. So other than that, I can't really think of anything to go over for today. Again, I did not want this to be a super long video, but did want to get about an hour's worth of content up here. So we're at the 58 minutes in the programming. So other than that, yeah, so this is my box that I have 3 boxes, 3 5,000 count boxes, of which I've got probably 4,000 cards to sort into my collection still. So I do have more to go there. And then we will, as I sort cards and add more down the road, we'll see more that I can share with you guys. So other than that, I'm going to go and get ready to wrap things up for today. Get ready to finish things off, and then, we'll move on for today and start off. Again, I'll be recording some episodes this weekend for Monday and Tuesday. I will not be available for a live stream. We're going to go visit some relatives. This is one of our annual trips we do each beginning of the new year, to visit with 2 of my aunts and an uncle down south of us here. And then, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up for today. Kendall Brown, Paul Deitch, Aaron Kinski, we'll make sure we keep you in our prayers there, Aaron, as you go through this kidney failure process. Keep doing what the doctors say to do. Take care of yourself, but you will be in our prayers, and we'll try to get some packages off to you to help boost your spirits a little bit there, Aaron. But just keep the faith up there. Faith, family, and sports was in the house. Nice to see you guys. I ran all your videos the other day, got caught up on everything on your channel. Your Patreon package is on the way. So you should get that. It went out yesterday, first of the week. You should be receiving your first Patreon package from me, and I did throw in a bonus there for you, just for joining up for my Patreon first month membership. I tend to do that a lot when somebody new joins my Patreon page. I did send you some extra cards, an extra box to open up. If you choose to open it up on your channel, that's that's great. That would be nice. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. You guys have a great and wonderful weekend. I'm going to try and keep healing up and get rid of this. It's just like right in here right now, right easily. And a little bit of congestion right there. Just trying to shake that off and get it out of my system. Of course, the nice little wet weather that we're having here in the Northwest doesn't help much, but it's supposed to get colder and possibly snow to even make things even more yucky. But other than that, you guys have a great and wonderful weekend. Johnny Waldeck popped in here. I haven't seen you in a while there, Johnny. But yes, you guys just have a great and wonderful time. And we will continue to move forward on the channel. And I do appreciate all your support, guys and gals. For everybody that's out there supporting my channel, I thank you very much. Getting real close to getting my 4,000 hours for my watch hours. I'll update that next week. Hopefully we'll be a lot closer. And you guys just have a great and wonderful weekend. And we will see you guys around the channels. Okay, guys? Take care and have a wonderful weekend, okay?